Folks at home, welcome to Tank Tuesday. Before we get started with the aquariums, got a quick announcement here. So last week when I was out of town, Liz took over and filmed a Tank Tuesday.
Hey y'all.
And she actually impressed me. And a lot of you said she should start her own channel, so Liz.
Yeah, I got my own camera.
So get ready for that. But it's not going to be the same kind of content that I film on my channel. I feel like we've got a lot of good stuff that she could put on there, not only the pets, but we've got more stuff going on behind the scenes right now with the nursery. We've built a shop, all sorts of things in this house that I feel like some of that content is better than what I put on my channel. So, Liz, would you like to give them a sneak peek?
Yeah, sure, but on my camera.
Alright, cutting over to Liz's camera now. This is what one of her videos would be like.
The nursery. The in-house tackle shop. And the man cave modifications.
Back to the BamaBass cam, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. We've had so much going on with building a nursery, building an in-house tackle shop. Liz has quit her job so she can be a stay-at-home mom, run a tackle shop. So we got all kinds of stuff going on that will all be on her channel.
Yeah. Leave me some comments below of what I should name my channel.
That's right. Leave her a channel name suggestion down below. Alright, now back to the tank stuff. Here's a look at Heisenberg. He's finally out of there. This boy, I feel like, runs a marathon every day, chasing minnows around this tank. You can see there's only a few left in there. He's a growing boy and likes to eat them. And we got Moby up here. We like to start out the videos feeding him. Babies get to eat first. So let's drop him a minnow in. We just use this little scoop net here and I'm making sure to get this one. I think I got that on camera. Doesn't take him long. Alright, while he eats that, let's head over to the big tank and talk about what this Tank Tuesday is going to be all about. Alright, if you're new to the channel, this is the 300-gallon aquarium, Bonnie, Clyde, and Sheriff, and this is about as bad as this tank has looked since we got it. But if you get a new tank, I can almost guarantee you that at some point in the first year, you'll have an algae bloom. Let's just check out our bonsai tree. You can see all the algae growing on top of the Java moss here, and that's an issue. See right here on this piece of wood? I'm not even sure what type of algae that is, but we've had a bit of an algae takeover. So Liz and I are gonna have a little experiment here and do a blackout. What you do is you take all the wood out, you take all the rocks out, everything, scoop off the substrate, get rid of all that algae, and so basically it's a bare tank, and then you cover it up. You black out the whole tank, that way no light can get in, and sometimes from 48 to 72 hours, so 2 to 3 days, and it should kill off all this algae. We're gonna let the bonsai tree sit out in the sun, out of the water, and it should get rid of that algae, but we want to get it nice and clean before we come in with our new scape. So we want to get it looking good like we had it this summer. We've cut the CO2 off. So right now is all about cleaning this tank up. Alright, before we pull everything out of the tank, take note of this. We have some fanning fish in here. They fanned out a little bed here and a little bed back there behind the tree. Interested to see which one of these fish are doing that. So I just thought about something. We can't take out all the wood without getting rid of Larry the lobster's house. You can see him hiding out up under there. So we're going to have to put him in a 5-gallon bucket temporarily. And also we're going to go ahead and feed him really quick. Go ahead and give them one good last meal before they get spooked and we take everything out of there. So Sheriff is ready to eat. Look at those lips. He has put down some minnows in his day. Ooh, that was almost to blow up. If it wasn't February, that would have been a good topwater smash. Let's see a side view here. Got him. We're gonna come out. Oh, we got one minnow down there on the bottom. He won't make it long on the bottom. They get those quickest. Alright, we're going in for Larry the lobster. Ooh, this water's cold. Alright, did you tell me what I need to do?
He's in it.
He's in it?
You might be able to take the whole thing out.
Okay, good. Pull this net out. You look at him, Liz. You see him? There he is, hiding up in the log. Alright. He's down in this 5-gallon bucket. The tank is bare. We took Stonehenge out. We took the bonsai tree out. That's all that's left. So we're going to go in now. We're going to scrub down all the algae off the back walls. We're going to do a water change. Pump out some of the algae that's down here in the substrate. And then do the blackout. Alright, now you can see Liz has started a water change. This is a Python hose if you hadn't seen us do it yet. And what it does, it sucks all the water and particulates out of the tank, and that goes out there in our garden. And we've cleaned out the tank. We're going to go through and get all this stuff off the bottom of the tank down there in the substrate. You can see all the particles and algae. Anything that's not good, we're going to give it a good clean sweep. Now this is just our upper tank. Now we're going to give you some of our sump tank maintenance tips. So we're going to talk about sump maintenance for just a minute. For those of you who don't know how this works, the water overflows out of that drain there down into our sump. That's where we filter everything, and then it pumps it back up and comes out of that overflow pipe there. But I just wanted to show you, we've had a lot of luck with this Marine Pure biofilter media. Those are blocks down there. And we also put these little balls on top of them, and we've had such good success with them. We just went and purchased more of them. So the more of that media, that's what houses all the good bacteria. So we're going to add these additional balls, and the goal is to have them up out of the water. That way the water will trickle down on them and they won't be submerged. So we just talked about the biological media. Now we're going to talk about the mechanical filter here, and what we use is pinky filters. Liz has a cardboard cut out to the exact size that we need to put, so she just puts it on top there, cuts it. Alright, so this is the tray that it sits on. Liz got it cut. Let's go ahead and put it in. So what happens, the water comes down, this filters it, and then it trickles through the holes here and goes down into the bio media and the Marine Pure balls. And there you have it. That's a look at the finished product. And a lot of you always ask about the water temp, and today the water temp is 71.2 degrees. That's about as cool as it'll get throughout the year. It's usually up around 76, 78. Here's an up close look at one of these balls. You can tell all these little small pores. That's where that bacteria lives inside. Alright, we are at the final phase. We have gotten everything out, cleaned the gravel really good, got all the algae out of there. We still have a couple floating particles, but the filter will get rid of them. We're going to cut the lights out, and then we have a big blackout blanket that we're putting over it. Going to shoot for 48 hours, may do 72 hours, we'll see. We're still going to feed them. We're not going to feed them very much, but the fish should be just fine because they can see really well at nighttime. Alright, it's been 24 hours. Let's take a look. Rocks look pretty much the same, but check out this little green fireball. That algae sitting out in the sun or kind of overcast for one day, it looks like it's green and hardened. Same thing for our little stump there. Can't wait to see what these look after 3 days, and we're going to try to get it all off. And since we're out here on the back porch, let's just go ahead and show you what we're eating. It's Valentine's Day, and Liz got me steaks for Valentine's Day. Cannot beat that. I get her chocolates and flowers, she gets me steaks. I kind of feel bad. But in case you've never seen it, Southern flavor, folks. Made in Alabama. Try it if you've never tried it before. Alright, we put a plant in here with Larry. There he is, down there up under the plant. He ought to be good for a couple days in there.
You know that show, Dirty Jobs? I feel like I'm on it right now. Gotta take all this nasty stuff off. At least it's dry though. So I got all of the moss off, but there's a lot of this kind of dried on algae. So I'm gonna take a bucket and a toothbrush and try to lightly scrape that off because I don't want to damage the bonsai.
Alright, it is blacked out. Let's see, when we cut the lights off, we have the lights on inside the aquarium, and you can see they only shine off that back wall. So we don't have to worry about any light getting in. We're about to cut the main lights off and then leave them off 48 hours. Bonnie, Clyde, Sheriff, we're wishing you the best. Alright, that's going to wrap up Tank Tuesday. We're going to show subscriber tank clips. Alright, and our first clip comes from Fishing 4 Days. He says, "This is a video of my pet Australian bass eating a cricket. He is 8.2 inches and he loves earthworms, crickets, and anything else he can fit in his mouth." I appreciate the clip, and your YouTube channel is Fishing 4 Days. Next clip comes from Alan Zelia. He said, "This is my turtle Squirt trying to eat my finger." And the last clip comes from Ben Green. He says, "My name is Ben, and watching your videos really made me want to get a tank of my own. Keep up the great content." That's one good looking little bass, Ben. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed, that way you can follow us every Tuesday when we put out new videos of all of our pets and our tanks. And we will see you all next week.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.